So you're going to be single on Valentine's Day. That's fine. Really, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no crime against being single on Valentine's Day. There's no crime that you aren't in a spot in life where you're in a relationship with someone and it's not mandated to be both in a relationship and to celebrate Valentine's Day with your significant other. There's nothing wrong with that. What you should be doing is celebrating yourself. Literally. Just, I don't know what else to say. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your own company if you're living by yourself. Treat yourself. Everyone might seem like they're in a relationship on social media, but literally, you should be focusing on making that day the best possible day for you to celebrate you and not be focusing on what everyone else is doing. I say this from a perspective that I've never celebrated Valentine's Day with a significant other up until this day of recording and ultimately the publication date of this out online. And I've been in times on Valentine's Day where I've felt, I guess you could say, sorry for myself. I felt that it's a bad thing. I felt that this isn't fun. I felt that I don't want to be in this situation. And I don't think that's how we should be looking at that. We shouldn't be looking at Valentine's Day through this lens of, oh, I'm not allowed or I'm not in a position to be celebrating it with someone because I don't have a partner. Maybe it's I've never had a partner. Maybe it's I want a partner, but I haven't found someone that's compatible for me. And then we get to this day, Valentine's Day, everyone's going online and posting about their significant other and about all the good memories they have because social media is everyone's highlight reels. It's not real life. And we feel bad. So here's a few things that I would recommend if you are in a position where you are single on Valentine's Day, of what to do on Valentine's Day in order to make the most of the day that in the past you might have always dreaded getting toward. First off, don't be on your phone constantly. And I'm not saying that from a general way of, oh, you shouldn't be on your phone constantly, because you probably shouldn't. I'm on my phone way more than I'd want to admit. But if you know that social media is going to be a place where everyone's posting about their significant other, everyone's posting about Valentine's Day, who their partner is, and everyone's doing it, and you know that you're not in that position, and you know that it's going to not necessarily help your mind and help your thoughts, take a break from it for the day. Might be hard. You might have those internal pathways where it's so easy to go on Instagram, so easy to go on Twitter, Snapchat, whatever. Take a break for that one day. I promise you, you're not going to miss that much. It's one day. And then the next day, you're going to get to see everything from the day before. Maybe, depending on your timeline. If not, everyone's already moved on and they're getting to the next day. So that would be one thing I'd do. I wouldn't be crouched over on my phone on social media. I know you and I have probably been in that position quite a bit recently, but don't do it on this day. Now, number two, I mentioned it at the top of the talk, but treat yourself. Maybe do a really good workout. I would say go outside, but in the Northeast, it's not necessarily go outside weather. But get moving. Get moving. Even if it's doing some athletic activities inside your house, do it. If it's 5 to 10 push-ups, do it. If it's going around anything in your home, I don't know how big your house or your apartment or wherever you live is, but moving around in it and maybe moving some other parts of your surroundings in a better way can make you feel a lot better about yourself. And treating yourself, I think, is the best way to celebrate Valentine's Day if you're not in a position to where you're celebrating it with someone else and celebrating what someone else means in your life. You could make food for yourself. Make a good meal for yourself. I've made Alfredo pasta for myself in the past. Go see a movie or go watch a movie. That's another thing you can do. You could put all the butter flavored oil on your popcorn that you'd want, because they don't use butter in movie theaters. They actually use oil. And go see something. And maybe I wouldn't choose, if you want to just avoid that idea of romance altogether, maybe don't go see a romantic movie. I say that, but I've thought about maybe going to see Wuthering Heights on my own as kind of a joke on Valentine's Day, because that movie seems to have a lot going on in terms of the romance. But do something to treat yourself. Cooking, one thing. Movies, another. Or, because it's a weekend, it's Saturday, you don't have to do anything. Take that day to relax. Take that day to read a book. I mentioned going outside or working out. You could do either of those. There's so many options. And I know specifically this year, and this will date this talk for the future, Valentine's Day comes on a Saturday. I tell you this, don't do something stupid in the world and out in the world if you go out. Because I feel this time of year, not only just with the weather, how it can be harmful for you, but if it's around Valentine's Day and you go out and you go to the bars, that's all that's on your mind. You might make some dumb decisions and you'll pay for them in the long run. I'm not going to go too deep into that. I don't need to. You know what I'm talking about. You can enjoy yourself. That's kind of been the main part that I've been wanting to talk about. Enjoy yourself to the best of your ability, but also don't throw yourself somewhere and throw yourself at someone or somewhere else in this planet we live on that would be harmful for you and whoever else is involved. Now, it just hit me. You could also take that time to talk with family. Reconnect with family. I understand your parents might be celebrating Valentine's Day to a degree, but there's nothing wrong with talking to your parents. Talk to your parents about it. I've done this a few times where, I've conveyed my sentiments to my mom, and I've felt that I feel a lot better. Felt that I feel. That's fun. But I believe that once you get your way through those feelings, whether it be speaking them out, whether it be having a conversation through text, you'll feel a lot better after. And maybe you'll look back on some of the things you said or put down and understand that that's not you. Understand that this isn't necessarily something that you agree with wholeheartedly, and that maybe you're just saying in a stretch where you don't feel happy about your situation in life. And wherever you are in life, I promise you there's a way to get to where you want to be in life. Might not be easy, it might not be something you can do overnight, but you just have to look at it day by day. And maybe Valentine's Day is the first day you look at yourself a little differently and you try some new things. That's the main takeaway. I don't believe that we, I guess it's weird I reference single people as we right in there. I think that for people who aren't in relationships, Valentine's Day is a day that they dread looking forward to. Because in some cases, it can be a reminder that other people have something that maybe we want, or that maybe we're not where we should be in our opinions in our lives. Simultaneously, I don't think that we should let those feelings dictate our day, and especially that day, even with however many people are posting about what they're doing for dinner or posting about their partner. We shouldn't be locked in on that. We shouldn't be envious of other people. And I think envy is something that a lot of us feel when it comes to this at one point or another, because we might want something that we don't have and we see other people have it, and that makes us mad. But I promise you, regardless of your feelings about Valentine's Day, regardless of where you stand in life at this point, if you don't have someone to celebrate Valentine's Day with, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to die. Keep in mind to not do anything extremely stupid Saturday this year. And I know some people will definitely have that on their minds. But use Valentine's Day as a reflection of celebrating yourself, as a reflection of looking forward to the future of where you want to be, and understanding that you're fine wherever you are right now. Wherever you are right now. Not that you aren't doing bad. Maybe you are doing bad. I don't know the case of every single person I'm speaking to through this. But understand that you don't have to find yourself in a way filled with envy, in a way filled with feelings of terrible ideas because you aren't with someone, because you might be alone. And I use alone kind of quotation marky because you probably aren't alone. Maybe you don't have someone, but you have people you can talk to. Don't look at Valentine's Day as a bad thing if you don't have someone to celebrate it with. You can double that energy on yourself, and I promise you, you'll feel a lot better about yourself after doing it. And remember, it's just one day of the year. This is just one day of 365 or 366, depending on whatever the clock has and whether or not it's a leap year or not, because that was recent. Understand that it's fine to not be with someone on Valentine's Day. You're gonna live through this day, and you're gonna be just fine coming out of it.
Bonus content.
Well, this was a talk I feel like I would have needed many, many years ago. I'm happy I got it out of the way. I don't entirely know what's to come these next 2 weeks, February and whatnot. But I hope that this specific talk helps someone out there. And that's with all of these videos that I do. I just hope that they help one person, because I know I needed this, and I would have needed this at some point in the past. I know someone needs it right now. And I keep making these because with the idea that there's someone out there, as much as it might be me talking and gushing about my life, because I know I have a tendency to do that with these stories and with these talks overall. But I hope this helps someone. And I hope that these can be a shining light for anyone who's dealing with parts of life that maybe they don't know how to deal with. Almost burped right there. I did. Sorry. I tried my best not to do that on camera. But you're gonna be fine. And if you find someone, be yourself on top of being in a relationship with them. I guess I don't necessarily have a big takeaway outside of what I said, but that would be it. Find out who you are. And once you find someone who compliments you, that's the best way that you could look into relationships and spend the rest of your life. Bye now.